let's do it live on a Thursday. What do you think? Should we play? Play a little golf? Tee it up?
I would
Tee
love
it high?
to. I mean,
Let it fly? Look at it out there.
This is a lovely day.
Yeah.
I received a piece of information earlier today from the lovely Miss K.
All right, Miss K.
January 2024
Yep.
was the third cloudiest January
Felt like that.
in the last 70 years in this city.
It felt like that.
Yes.
But we really only had the 1 week of really cold. The rest of it was just kind of gray 40s, 50s.
It was cloudy.
It was cloudy the whole time.
Do you remember the show 24?
Very well.
Okay, I think season 3 is when they're in Mexico.
Can you imagine they did 24 episodes of that show every year?
It was awesome.
It was, but then it just became untenable. You just can't
and
keep that up. The pace is impossible.
But
the
season
first
3,
few
I think, was
episodes
the
were
one
amazing.
where he was in Mexico.
Yeah.
And the main bad, they were the brothers, and one of his wives was Claudia. Remember Claudia?
Yeah, Claudia.
Claudia is in Griselda.
Griselda. Full circle. Back to all the Claudias.
She's the
days in all of
friend.
Mexico.
She's the friend
All of
who's the
Cleveland.
travel agent.
I like
That's not a spoiler in any way, shape.
No, I don't. This is fine.
But it's
fine.
Claudia. As soon as I saw her, I go, "That's Claudia." And
I watched
Miss K
those
looked
in-
at me like, "What are you talking about?" I'm like, "That's Claudia."
I watched
24.
those in real time, and I
Oh,
can't-
yeah,
it's,
same.
I haven't seen them since. I haven't revisited them.
Well,
They're, it's why would you?
Here's the thing: around 54 to top of an hour, something crazy is going to happen every hour for 24 hours.
Yeah.
And then the ultimate in that last 6 minutes, Jack Bauer is going to save the day. Now, in between, he may die and be resuscitated.
Sure.
Anything's in play.
And you have those are also like 41 minutes, so you could probably fly through pretty quickly.
It's a great show. I think it would be different watching it binge style because if you remember, something that happened 6 hours ago happened a month and a half ago. So like people could recover from having their arm chopped with a machete and be like barely hanging on, and then 6 hours later that arm was fine because it had been a month and a half. You're like, oh, I can heal in a month and a half.
Yeah.
So I think if you binged it, you'd be like,
Wait a second. 10 minutes ago, he just got shot.
and now he's
sprinting
fine. He's
down
right.
the 405.
Exactly.
This doesn't seem possible.
Exactly.
Yeah. Wyatt Teller going to join us here momentarily.
Yeah.
Momentarily, he's down at the Pro Bowl, Orlando. Okay.
Yes.
All right.
Said it emphatically. No, you didn't actually.
No, that was definitely a question mark
How about my,
at the end of that.
about
It's a
this-
gorgeous
How about this
Flacco
shirt from the-
T-shirt.
from the folks at Homage.
Yeah, that's
See,
nice.
look-
I like that a lot. Those are some of my favorite ones they do, the caricature ones. Those are very cool.
Because he's reminding me of our youth.
Yes.
I had the best
It's
Rex
almost
Chapman
as
one.
if it is paying homage to your youth.
Oh, baby.
Or homage.
I see what they did there.
I remember when their brand first launched, it was like people would say homage.
Homage.
Homage. Homage. So we'll have Wyatt on here in a second.
I still
with
hear
the
a lot
review.
of homage.
Do you get a lot of homage?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Homage, because you could say pay proper homage
homage.
versus homage. I think
Homage.
both are acceptable.
Yeah.
And it's not like potato, where literally nobody says potato. So
I
it's
do
not
think
like
you
that.
hear some soft H, a softer H. Homage.
Homage. Maybe.
Homage.
Yeah. For all of this advertising,
The one thing
a couple
I
of
would
starter jackets would have been nice. Go
God,
ahead.
those black ones.
Yeah, they've been nice.
Where if you're paying, yeah. The logo is an H. So
Fact.
it is interesting to go with an H if you're going to go completely silent.
That's true. Yeah, because that's true. That's a good. It's all valid. It's all valid. The LD on with Simmons is a delight.
I've only
It's a delight. I listened to it the whole way
20
over
minutes
here today.
Oh,
It's great. It's great.
yeah. We get a Flacco shout out.
Yeah, for
He
sure.
uses Flacco as a reason why Zach Wilson isn't completely washed.
Yeah. He was very complimentary of our play.
Yeah.
and Flacco's play.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah, it was very good.
It's like he was great till the last game, but he was great.
Yeah, and I had no idea he was I think Simmons was right in that he had no idea he was the football fan, or the sports fan. Like he's obviously a big time consumer of the National Football League
And the NBA.
Yeah.
And he likes baseball. And Simmons is like, people don't. He's like, what, should I get an award for being a big.
Right.
So I like sports. Yay. It's good.
Very good.
Yeah,
So that debuts this weekend.
Sunday night, baby. You got a date Sunday,
We
baby.
do. Is that at 10:00?
I think so. Which is
Probably.
It's aggressive. Nine feels like a perfect time for LD.
9's a sweet spot for LD. They always used to be pretty strict on the 30 minutes, but then in years past, like he just does whatever he wants. 42 minutes, 45
Loose.
minutes.
Yeah, whatever you want.
he needs to be doing there.
I hope there's a lot of golf episodes. I typically like golf episodes.
There's not his annoyance is so much elevated at the golf course, which makes it, whether it's slow play or black swans or tipping or all of it, like all of the things that annoy come to a head at the golf
So
course.
good.
Yeah. And then it's also like this time of year, the show usually airs, in the winter. So like to see like a gorgeous California green golf course, sun-kissed, it's like
He's having the time of his life.
perfect. What's not to like there? He's at Rivi, right? That's his main is Riviera. But I think he poaches over at Bel Air a little bit too.
He was his bag was spot. From a source, a big L luminary, boots on the ground. His bag was spotted at Bel Air.
Yeah, I think I remember reading during the pandemic that he paid caddy salaries during the pandemic when they wouldn't let him play in California. He paid for it for all the caddies at Rivi. They did the magnanimous thing and took care of things.
What a human.
What a human.
LD.
The great LD. The great LD. What is the Pro Bowl this year? What is it? Is it a game?
It's
or are
a
we
flag,
back to
there's a flag football game.
All right, I got a pen out. Give me all of that it is. We're waiting on Wyatt.
And then various skills competitions.
Flag game.
I think the skill starts tonight, doesn't it?
Skills.
Yeah, there's there's usually like
is
a
like
40-yard
the
dash. There's
dodgeball
like
and all that stuff.
dodgeball, the greatest catch, which the Chief is going to participate in, but we won't spoil that. That's coming later in a later segment.
Yep.
There was last year the thing where they had the offensive and defensive linemen had to put weights on a thing and then push it across 20 yards or something ridiculous.
Something similar is back this year for that. There's a lot of different challenges.
Nobody knows what to do
There's
with
the quarterback throwing one.
Yeah. Nobody knows what to do with this stuff.
Tonight, 7p to 8:30p, skills showdown in Orlando, precision passing, dodgeball, and more.
I just think, and the NHL's in the same thing. Like their All-Star weekends this weekend as well. And I just heard this morning there was one of the guys is like they're drafting like 4 different teams and like they have a captain and then a celebrity with the team, and it's like it's all just too contrived. And the reality is we are so over inundated with seeing these guys do things. And this is the fact that you are a Pro Bowler is awesome. It's tremendous. It's such an incredible elite thing. It has nothing to do with the people who get the award or get the honor. It's nobody knows what to do with them once they get there.
Right.
And in the collision sports like this one in hockey, you can't really fake it.
No.
You can't half-ass those sports. You have to go hard or you're going to get hurt. And nobody really wants to go hard in a game that doesn't matter.
Well, that's
so
why-
it's a brutal.
That's why they're doing flag football.
Right, but that doesn't do it either. And I don't know if in our youth the game was great or not. Do you remember if it was? Like when they would
I
play
remember
in
watching
Honolulu?
it in Honolulu and liking
Yeah.
it and thinking it was cool.
We didn't
It
view
was
it.
never great.
I don't think we ever viewed it like with a critical eye though, like
No, I
No,
think
they're not.
Sean Taylor was the one guy that didn't get the memo
clearly.
on what was supposed to go on.
Yeah, if the people haven't seen that, the late great Sean Taylor, who did he light up?
It was almost a decapitation,
Yeah, he lit somebody up.
big time, bigly. Yeah, I don't remember who it was either, but it was a shot.
You literally start typing Sean Taylor Pro, and then it finishes Pro Bowl hit.
Yes.
I was on Brian Moorman. A million guesses.
Brian Moorman?
Brian Moorman.
Was he a punter?
I don't know.
Bill's punter.
Why did he hit a
Bills punter.
Why did he hit a punter in the Pro
Boy, that
Bowl?
even makes it even worse.
Oh my God!
All right.
Watch it, break it down, give us
All
some
right, so
commentary.
here's Anquan Bolden's there. Now the question is, do we have fast enough internet where I can actually play this and be able to have some sort of it appears so. It appears that at this hour I do have decent internet. We're going through a commercial right now. It looks like a commercial.
I walked
Quite
into a room
honestly,
earlier.
It's going to air in the Super Bowl, but they're doing that now.
I walked through a room earlier today where they had pulled up an episode of Inside the Cleveland Browns with a young me from 2015, and we're all ready to watch it and laugh, and we couldn't get it to play.
Couldn't get it to play?
No.
All right, so it's 4:55 in the third. The AFC is up 21-14. Brian Moorman, the punter for the Buffalo Bills, is attempting to execute a fake punt, and he rolls right. It's a fake all the way, and he's running. And Sean Taylor comes from.
Why would you do a fake punt
So
in the Pro Bowl?
He's like anybody coming at Sean Taylor for this. It's on you, man. Like this is not on Sean Taylor. All right, here you go. Watch. You're going to see a missile out of the corner of your screen.
Well, I mean, there's just no need to do that in the Pro Bowl.
There's no need to fake the punt.
Agreed. Should have been a fake punt. And I used to like when they had those blue.
What is this guy going to do? What's Mormon going to do?
He was not happy about
Sean
it.
Taylor has his fingers taped, for God's sakes. You remember how he used to do that?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, now Mormon wants a. Oh,
No,
maybe he was like, good hit.
He went out to say it was good because at first he got mad. Then I think he was like,
Well, we did fake a punt.
You know who's to blame?
Oh.
You know who's to blame? You could just feel the shock through his body. He knows to blame for that. Whoever the special teams coordinator is of the AFC
Or the
Pro
head
Bowl
coach.
team, or the head coach. They are.
Whoever said, hey, let's run a fake punt with Brian Mormon in the Pro Bowl and expose him to Sean Taylor coming downhill at 100 miles an hour. But ever since that point, there has been no point with this. Yeah, it's been good.
I don't know. They're efforting him. I don't know if practice ran long. I don't know what's going on.
It's
You
fine.
can't stifle our joy.
It's not going to do it. Not going to have it.
We're
Not going to have it. We hope we can hear from Wyatt at some point.
Yeah.
We don't know if we will or not. Let's just get into the hot topics of the day then.
Let's
Why don't
do
we?
it.
Let's do that. So I don't know. Andrew Berry's down at the Senior Bowl. We've got an offensive coordinator. I think we can finally say not reportedly.
I don't know.
Although
no, I think the GM confirmed it.
okay, because on the website it still has others.
Others.
So, all right, here's what it says. He's speaking with the Athletic Zach Jackson about Ken Dorsey, the new Browns offensive coordinator. And I think anytime the general manager comments that we can say he's the new offensive coordinator of Cleveland Browns, it feels like a fair line to draw. We thought Ken was bright, creative, innovative offensive mind. He has an outstanding offensive track record, both as a quarterback's coach and as a coordinator. You look at the work he did with Cam Newton. You look at the work he did with Josh Allen. And at the fact that he had 2 years as a coordinator in Buffalo where he directed top 5 units each year, it's impressive. He's been very creative in terms of type of offensive systems he's been able to implement, even though it's been what you call a spread, dual-threat quarterback base. How it looked in Carolina versus how it looked in Buffalo were much different. We think he'll do a nice job in the coordinator role for us. There you go. Oh, there's more, though.
Yeah. In red.
I was going to say,
On
I went
weather.
through and kind of highlighted some of the big points. It was a lengthy interview.
Good job at Zach.
Yeah.
On whether Kevin Stefanski will hand the play calling duties to Dorsey, Barry said that's the head coach's decision.
All right. There you go. Now, the other part of this is like, I don't know.
Well, so Dorsey is in. The rest remain reportedly because you have Zach says the Browns plan to add Tommy Rees as their new tight ends coach, reportedly, and Deuce Staley as their running back coach, reportedly. Though the exact titles and roles have not been confirmed, Jacques Caesar has reportedly been hired as the new defensive line coach. The Browns' policy has been to not formally announce coaching staff changes until the staff is finalized, and Barry didn't want to give a timeline on that. That probably remains to be seen. I'll let Kevin address that.
So, offensive coordinator, he addresses the others.
Not. Yes.
Okay. He was also asked about Deshaun Watson down there. He said, quote, "We feel good about Deshaun. I think the biggest thing is just him staying on the field, keeping him on the field. Each year we really do try and do as much self-assessment as possible on every other operation. So in good years and bad, we'll probably always tinker somewhere to that degree and what we think is best. But in terms of just Deshaun in particular, we're excited. We just want to make sure that he is healthy at that point." That will lead to a conversation down the road in terms of what you do behind Deshaun.
Yep.
And you're wearing a T-shirt of a guy who you and I both think would make a lot of sense behind and be if provided he's not a starter somewhere else, which quite honestly he might be. But that is something to watch for because it's not just a return to form to Watson from the guy that we saw in the game against Baltimore, but also a health.
Staying healthy, staying on the field.
Got to stay on the field.
Listen, the most important ability is availability.
That's the one. Talks a little bit about the Watson cap number too. There's a lot here.
Yeah.
I'll be honest, I'm not there yet. It's not a necessity to lower that, but it just kind of depends on how we put the plan together.
We went on to say each situation is unique. Some financial decisions could occur before the NFL scouting combine. Some can occur during the combine, and some could occur, after it. So there's no standard playbook. We will have enough time and energy to make the appropriate decisions from a contract standpoint.
One of the things you and I have been pretty adamant about is pass catcher weapons Running backs, Barry did not agree with the thought that the Browns' top offseason priority must be adding to Watson's pass-catching group. I would not say that, Barry said. I mean, we're still in the assessment mode. We feel pretty good about our group of pass catchers. I don't know very many teams across the NFL that have 2 Pro Bowl caliber pass catchers in Coop and Chief and a good complementary crew. We're always looking to add playmakers, but I think it would be aggressive to call that a top priority. Look, he's not going to say what a top priority is anyway. He's not going to
tell you
show
that
cards.
either. Yes, correct.
Yeah.
Correct. He had one other that I thought was pretty, just overall in the cap situation, because everybody's so worried about it. He said, there are probably multiple answers to what our cap situation is, but good. That might be the best way to describe it. We feel very good about where we are in our roster's life cycle. We have a lot of players who either are on their second contracts or approaching their second contracts, but it's something we've been thoughtful about in terms of planning for multiple years, and we feel good about where we are headed in the 2024 season. This isn't sneak up on them. Like, this is not a group where they'll be like,
funny.
oh my goodness, this is the situation. Like, they knew exactly where it was going to be this year, and they have a plan for it, and they have a plan for next year and 26 and 27 and so on.
I always think it always entertains me when I see people in panic about like this cap situation. I'm like, they know.
They know.
You think they're just driving along and they're like, holy hell, how are we going to pay all these people? Come on.
Yeah.
That's not how they operate around here. They're prepared. All the P's.
Yep.
We haven't done the P's in a long time.
No. They're prepared. They got a process. They're prepared. They've got a plan, a process to implement the plan.
Yeah.
I think there's one more P.
Because we added a 4th P.
Yeah. Wait, somebody to go in the archives.
Do you remember the 4th P, Gibby?
I don't. I'm trying to remember.
They're prepared.
We added it, I feel.
We added the 4th one at the Combine because either AB or Kevin said a 4th P while we were interviewing
about
at the
their
Combine.
temperament.
And we added the 4th P at the Combine.
They've got a
last
plan.
year.
They have a process to implement that. They're prepared. They've got a plan. They've got a process to implement the plan. Then the 4th P is something.
It's gonna drive me nuts that I can't.
It's something about their demeanor. I thought
Poised,
maybe. It doesn't. It's not like setting up.
It's not jumping off the screen at me but that's what you described is poise. It'll come.
Somebody's got it out there. Come on,
Yeah.
on Twitter, somebody.
Yeah, somebody's got it for sure.
Yeah.
All right, so there's a lot here. We have talked about Ken and the things that he can do and the things that he's going to bring to the table for us. And when this was first reported, good Lord, when was this? A week ago? I can't even remember. When did the Dorsey thing be? Was that this week?
It was
started
first
It
right
was
before-
Sunday. It was during the 2-minute warning
games.
of the AFC
that's right.
Championship game.
That's right. AFC. That's right. Okay. So, you start connecting the dots and you say, all right, Cam, Josh, his reputation as a great guy in the room when he was a backup, including being a backup here, all of these things make sense based on what it could be. And I think the other, and this is you and I conjecture, mine, I guess, I'll speak for myself here, but would strike me as not a play calling offensive coordinator necessarily. And honestly, I think that would be great because I think Kevin is really good at that. And so if there's somebody else to bounce ideas off of and say, hey, what do you think about this in this moment, then that's as big a win as can be. But the number one priority for Ken Dorsey, now that he's here, now officially, is the idea of Deshaun and being there to get him comfortable to implement things he does well into the offense that already exists and take the offense that already exists and get Watson comfortable with it.
Yes. And I
That's
think
the
you
job.
heard him say he comes from a spread dual threat quarterback operation. It's what he's done his whole time here in the NFL. Well, guess what? We have a spread dual threat quarterback. So you are able to marry that with Stefanski's under center wide zone play action boot scheme. And I think you've got a full complete offense that can handle everything that is successful right now in the modern game.
There's no doubt.
There's no doubt. No doubt in my mind.
There's no doubt at all. Our tight end, David Njoku, is going to compete in the Pro Bowl Best Catch Challenge against the Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua.
So they're just going one-on-one, Uno? Last year,
He's got his phone. He's ready.
Last year, Amon-Ra St. Brown won it.
Is this
and,
the thing where they went around town?
No. This is like where they run and then they flip off a trampoline and try to catch it as their somersault. It's absurd.
There was one where they were going around Vegas taking photos, some best catch thing. Do you remember that?
No.
And they would here was it him jumping off a fountain photo. You don't remember that?
No.
From last year?
By the way, the 4th P, patience.
Patience to implement it?
That's from CC.
That might be it.
It's either poise or patience. I mean, if it's a
in that
personality thing.
if it's personality.
Maybe because we all wanted them to make a move and they didn't, and we were like, "What are they going to do? What are they going to do? What are they going to do?" And
maybe
then they
AB
go and
maybe AB said
that's
patience.
when you go get Zadarius Smith.
It could have been it. It could have been patience. It could have been the fourth.
They're prepared. They've got a plan and a process. Those are the 3 Ps. That's
for
the core.
sure. That's the core.
That's the core.
But I know we added a 4th.
We did.
And I feel like patience has a decent shot. But I thought if it was it, when you said it, it would have been a eureka moment. But
yeah.
Purpose. That's from Bobby Card.
I don't know.
I don't know. We're going to need somebody to go. This is why people need to go do past years, full seasons.
Full seasons. And then you'd be able to
you'll
know all of this stuff.
I'd say
and
go
locked
looking
down.
like 2020.
I would say combine interview with AB or Stefanski.
2020, 2021.
Yeah, that's when you'd get it. Well, no, it wouldn't have been.
2020, we were there.
But not 2021, we were not.
No,
we were definitely there. So I think it could even been 22.
It could have been 20 or 22. I think that's right.
I think 20, it was, that was when we got the quarter zips. It was just honeymoon phase. Like we were just getting to know you stuff, So that, I think it would probably be 22.
But the 3 Ps, I think, were from their first year.
3
so
Ps were right
year,
away.
You think,
So I think by 2022 is when you get the.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's how I think that worked. All right, so this is the best catch challenge. You got it? What are they doing, Uno?
So from what I saw on Twitter, he's going to go 1-on-1 against Puka Nacua in this challenge. I don't know how it worked last year, but I think they're changing some of the challenges up this year.
I hope so, because last year it was terrible. They're trying to make it the dunk contest, but it's not. It just isn't the dunk contest.
No. The only of these things, these are the 2 things that you could do that I think would be interesting, that I think people would find interesting, that I think the players would have enough pride to go all out.
Hit me.
Fastest man alive.
Yep.
I think you'd get everybody locked into that and put a number on it. Give them $1 million. Fastest man alive gets $1 million. Drag race them. Okay.
Do you bring in Usain Bolt to run against these guys?
What do you think he's up to?
I don't know, but I bet he's fast.
Sure.
I don't think that goes away.
It does, but not dramatically enough to where he still can run like a 10.5.
Just think about when you saw that. Right.
This is all you have to say about Usain Bolt. In an Olympics that also featured Michael Phelps, in which he was involved in however many more events even than Bolt. Bolt was the unquestioned star.
That's right.
Because you never. To be that much faster than everybody else who's that fast, and Phelps is that way in the pool, but because you're in the water, you can't see it.
Different, yeah.
He did it in 3 Olympics or 2. They both were in they were in multiple Olympics. It was
Phelps
nuts.
has won way more medals, just more events.
Way more events. Yeah. No, I don't think you need to have Phelps. I just think fastest man in the NFL is with $1 million to it. There's some juice to that, and I think the fastest people would be in it. Then at that point, they would go try to win.
Could you do the strongest man in the NFL and do bench and?
Do you worry about people getting hurt doing that?
You worry about people. You have to worry about people pulling a hammy all out sprinting.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I feel like you could get. Yeah, maybe that's it. World's fastest NFL player, strongest NFL player, and then the only other thing that I have an interest in is longest arm, biggest arm.
Who can throw it the farthest?
Who can throw it the farthest?
I'm fine with target throwing too, because I think that's interesting. Like if you see somebody who can throw it into a bunch of targets.
Yeah, but they did that last year with the moving targets, and these are with these points, and these are with those points. It's too convoluted.
Give me stationary targets, and let me see them drill them.
Drill them. Yeah. So that you could do most accurate thrower, biggest arm, fastest, strongest, 4 comps. That's it.
And I wouldn't mind watching a field goal one, where they do those trick shots. You remember they had back in the day, Neil Rackers and David Akers did this in Hawaii, where they were making field goals. They were kicking the ball. If this is the upright,
yeah,
and you would kick it through the upright normally, they were parallel to the upright. They were even with the upright.
That's
and
right.
They would hit hooks that would go through, or cuts depending if you're left-footed or right-footed.
I do remember that.
Like trick kick shots.
I'm for that.
Yeah,
I like a kick shot. Now we just gave them 5 events, so those are your 5 events. That's your All-Star Saturday night.
It's so clear that we should be the czar of sports.
I think you're right. I think we fixed a lot of things in short order.
Fumble out of the end zone.
Done. Look what we did for you with the first round of the NFL playoffs. 2 games on Sunday. 2-2-2. gave you the 3:30, 6:30 windows, the 6:30, 6:30 Saturday, Sunday for the championship weekend.
I don't know what it is.
What do you want?
2024, but our ideas are better than ever. I won't even speak about the best one because we don't want to.
No, don't want to do that. No.
But it's a great
and then there's there are also the OFs. Like there's more stuff coming. You guys are just in the very infancy.
That's right.
Of all the brilliant ideas that are going to come your way for those who are loyal.
Yeah.
There will be a lot of them. So
you will reap the rewards.
Oh, in many ways. It is a Mailbag Thursday edition of Cleveland Browns Daily. You submit those questions at Brown_Daily, and we will get to those coming up, I believe, at 2:30. Yeah. We've got some around the NFL, some more coaching news there, a little Fact or Fiction in the whip. We've got the Brownie Awards coming up as well. Nice little program on a sun-kissed Thursday.
It's just a delight.
It really is. You listen to Cleveland Browns Daily, brought to you by Bally Bet, sports betting partner of your Cleveland Browns, now live in Ohio on 850 ESPN Cleveland. When a medical mistake caused your injury, call the medical malpractice attorneys at 1-800-ELK, Ohio. Elk & Elk's proud partner of your Cleveland Browns. What did I have for you? Oh, I think it's poise. Tulsa Uberdog, it was poised to implement the plan, and I remember us saying that. So I think that was the fourth P, is we use the word poise because it also works with patience in that we're good.
Yeah,
I think it was poise.
I agree. Fine. Poise it is.
I think that was the fourth P. Yeah, and I think that came in the 2022 at the 2022 combine.
I think that makes the most sense.
Yeah. You all right? You good? Yeah, you look good. All right, Brownie Awards semifinals are here.
Well, blowout city in the quarterfinals.
We had some beatdowns here. We had all right, so the number 1 seed Browns beats the Ravens, beats the 8 seed Browns over the Jaguars 96%
Jeez.
to 4% on that. Also had the highest total number of votes as well. The 2 seed, the Browns beat the Jets, beat the 7 seed, the Browns beat the Colts 74-26 was the voting on that. And then the 3 seed, Browns versus the Bengals in the opener, beat number 6 Browns versus the Texans 67-33%. And then the 5 seed, the Browns beating the 49ers, beat the 4 seed Browns beating the Steelers 72-28. Browns beating the Steelers was not given. Y'all don't remember it the way you should.
No,
Mr. Zagura.
No, people do not.
Shouldn't have been
remember
that big
it.
of a discrepancy.
That should not have been. I have a question,
Mr. Zagura.
and I would like to get the group's opinion on it. We've got 5 people here.
Yeah.
Obviously, our votes count double. Should we consider a reseeding? And here's what I mean.
You're talking on vote percentage?
I'm saying it's pretty clear to me that the weakest remaining game is Browns versus Bengals.
I would agree.
And so I kind of would be more curious. I think Ravens versus Bengals and then Jets versus Niners. I think Jets versus Niners might be a more competitive game than we might
This
think.
would also test my theory that this has to do with the quality of the opponent and the association with beating the quality opponent more than it does what actually happened in the game and what the feeling was coming out
right,
of it.
and it keeps the Ravens and the Niners away from each other, to your point.
Which would keep that, yeah. And that way you'd get the Ravens Jets or Ravens 49ers, I think, would be the favorites because I think people want the association with. We beat the best team in the AFC for much of the season, and we beat the team that's in the Super Bowl.
Griff, are you in favor? That's 1 yes. Uno. 2 yeses. Gibbe.
So we're talking Ravens 1,
Yeah.
Jets 2,
We're just
49ers 3.
Yes.
Yep.
For the final 4, yeah, we're going to reseed them.
And then Bengals 4.
Yep.
AFC North v. AFC North. That's fine. I can make that work.
Yeah.
Well, then it's unanimous.
Then it's unanimous. That I think, and that will test all theories.
It tests everything.
Because there is no scenario where coming out of the Niners win, which was a spectacular win, and he missed it right, all of those things, that you felt the same way you did coming out of the Thursday win against the Jets.
To be fair, I was practically in tears after we beat the 49ers, so
Well,
there was some emotion with it.
Look, all of
But-
these are great to our points all week. Like, these are all great, but, like, coming out of beating the Jets, you're in the playoffs. Flacco's nuts. He's 400 yards every week, that type of stuff. Like, let's go win the damn Super Bowl.
Yeah. Look, the Niners game was electric.
It was. All these are.
Nobody thought we could win. We were starting P.J. Walker. We didn't have a lot of our top guys, and we went out there and we won the game anyway. If the game quarterbacked by P.J. Walker gets in ahead of a game that is quarterbacked by Joe Flacco
Yeah.
on a night that we clinched playoffs on prime time, national television, this city was on fire that
But you
night. I
don't
was
light a
out in the
match.
mix. Don't.
Burnt.
Come on.
If that happens, then my theory would be proven correct.
It's the
I
fact
believe.
that the Niners
The
being in the Super Bowl.
association with beating the 49ers is what you covet more than the actual experience coming out of those games.
It should end up being Jets versus Ravens. I think Jets ultimately should win, but the Ravens was, to me, the signature regular season win of this season.
Yeah. It's almost like we had 3 seasons.
Well, we did.
You had the Watson.
Yep.
Then you had
DTR,
and
PJ,
PJ.
and then Flacco. That's right.
Yeah.
It was really, in some ways, it was broken up into, it was Watson, P.J. Walker, Watson, DTR,
That's true. 'cause
Flacco.
It was the second. It was like there were 2 Watsons in there
Yeah.
that you had. Do we have the things for these?
We do.
All right. So let's do Ravens versus Bengals.
Question: should we let the lower seed, higher number,
go first?
Yeah, so that
sure.
the last
so that
thing
the
you hear
last
is
last thing you hear. Yeah, I think that's
seed.
fair. Let's give an advantage to the top seed. So this is the 4th seeded Bengals
Yep.
recap. Hit it.
It was really fun. It was fun to see just the old linemen confused and not knowing who was doing where. It worked out exactly how Coach Schwartz said. So we listen to Coach Schwartz, and Coach Schwartz we trust.
3rd down and 5 for Burrow in the Bengal offense. And on 3rd and 5, he takes a high snap. He's up in the pocket. They're going to get him and knock him down. They sack him back at the 49-yard line. As the Browns blow in and get him, Okoronkwo got him.
It was the right check for us. I made the right call. I think it was wide that pulled on that one and made the block. And, Coop did a good job of, blocking the guy on his outside number for me to get outside. And, I just got across the end zone. It was awesome play call. And everything worked for perfection for us to get in the end zone.
From the 13, 2nd down, it's a draw. Here comes Watson running. 10, corner, 5, touchdown! They loaded it up with 4 receivers to the right, 1 to the left, and it was a quarterback draw all the way.
I think those guys like to talk over there, so I think that definitely brings a little bit more out. But, we just trying to go out every game and compete and show what we got and be the best. We want to be the best secondary, best defense, best team. And so we just got to go out there and keep going.
Burrow in the shotgun, waits on the snap. He's got it. He's back. Settles. Going for T. Higgins. He's there. And it got broken up. What a play. Grant Delpit knocked it away down at the 6-yard line. At the 31, they need the 35. 4th down and 4. Burrow claps his hands. He wants the ball. He's got the ball. Up in the pocket. They chase him right. They got him. And they knock him down. Myles Garrett got him. All the way back inside the 20-yard line. The Browns have the ball.
This defense, Okoronkwo a sack, Myles Garrett with a sack, and this place is going nuts because they sense that their Cleveland Browns now have a chance to put away the defending AFC North champion Cincinnati Bengals and take them down.
That's awesome.
Let's go.
Take them down. Let's go.
Come on, that was
great.
Again, that's why this other idea that's been percolating
I
so
know,
good.
I know.
But like the way we felt coming out of that game
Yeah.
was so awesome. And you had at that point healthy Watson. You had
Chubb.
a healthy Nick Chubb.
Yeah.
You had the team that you thought you were going to have. And quite frankly, that's the last game that was true all season.
Correct, because it's hollow the next week. It's all, the next week is Chubb, and then that's it. In terms of that, we had so many starts and stops and so many, I believe, it's all lost and then believe again. You're never going to see a season like this.
No.
Never. Nor would you.
No, I don't know if your heart could take it.
No. And the highs were just so high. Here is the opponent. This is the 1 seed. This is the Ravens recap.
Let's go.
It's a long game, as y'all seen. There was moments in the game where it looked like they were going to pull away, but we kept going. So you got to watch the whole game. You got to play the whole game.
Watson out of the gun. In the backfield is Elijah Moore. Watson takes the snap, drops back to pass. Pressure's coming, moving to his left. Pumps once, throws inside the 10. He's got Moore at the goal line, into the end zone. Touchdown, Browns. Watson taps his foot. Pressure's coming from both edges. They hand the ball off to Ford. Ford over the block of his right guard. Spins inside the 35-yard line. And along the hash mark, moves the pile to the 30. The pile keeps on moving to the 25-yard line. And finally, they blow the play dead. But it's a first down for the Browns, who are playing with energy. It's a gain of 13.
Yeah, that's my favorite play of the game. Honestly, that was my favorite play of the game. Just to see, we talked about this one, you're going to have to play hard. You're going to have to play for 60 minutes. And to see all 11 in the frame, pushing their buddy, pushing their brother. That's what this team's about. They're about that fight, and that was on display right there.
Guys are dogs, and we've known that for a long time now. And kept on trying to tell y'all, once he hits his stride, he's going to be back to his previous ways, dominating the league.
Ravens showing blitz on first down. Watson steps up. He'll pump. Now he'll run to his left. Breaks one tackle to midfield. Inside Ravens territory. Cuts to his left to the sidelines. And he's out of bounds at the 40-yard line. It's a gain of 15. Patrick Queen makes the tack. Takes the snap. Looks to his right. Ball is swatted high in the air. And it is intercepted by the Browns. Greg Newsome along the sidelines into the end zone. Touchdown Cleveland. 33 yards off the deflection at the line of scrimmage. No penalty flags. This will be a 40-yard field goal attempt for the The field, 3 seconds left. The Cleveland Browns to win it. Down 1, 31-30. Here's the snap. It's a good one. The hold is good. The kick is on its way, end over end, and it is good, but there's a flag on the field.
There's no fouls for illegal leverage. Field goal will count. This will end the game.
And that will end the ball game. The Browns have won it 33-31. They've come from behind. They've erased all the mistakes today, and they've turned it into a victory.
All right, there you go. That is the Ravens. That is the top seed. That's the Ravens win, and then
That's
we'll
right.
go against the Jets. In the other semifinal,
It's going to go against the Bengals.
Bengals.
Yep.
Bengals.
Yep.
In the other semifinal, we have the now 3-seeded San Francisco game. This is the end of Pedro as he knows it.
Yes.
He lived it.
Yes.
Let's have a listen.
Purdy throws over the middle. It's intercepted. Emerson has it midfield. Emerson at the 40. Niners territory. There's the turnover.
Just give him a chance. Coop did a hell of a job winning on the route, and just give him a chance to go make a play. And he did the rest from there. It was all Coop.
Looks that way. Fires. Cooper is open. Has it at the 40. 45, 50. Amari Cooper makes a move. Niners territory. Amari Cooper to the 25.
Today, they're going to get a full look at the best offense in the NFL, so in my book, they're pretenders.
Niners at their 20 after the Bojorquez punt went into the end zone. McLeod motions left to right. Under pressure. Purdy slips out of it, goes down, throws the ball at the 10, and they're going to say he's down. That's a sack. Back on the 10. It was J.O.K.
Like I said, they came in there on their high horse, bro. I don't know what it was. They came in there feeling themselves, but they got dealt with, so.
Snap it in the middle of the field, between the hashes. 41 yards for Jake Moody. Wishnowski kneels at the 31 to give the Niners the lead. Snap is down. The kick is up. The kick is no good! It's no good! And the Browns will beat the 49ers 19-17. He pushed it wide to the right. They go heavy. Harrison Bryant now under center. Bryant, pitch left. Kareem Hunt, 15, first down 10. Hunt at the 5. Hunt into the end zone.
All right, there you go. There is your 49ers. That was the
Sorry, Pedro.
Sorry, Pedro.
Not
sorry at all.
Not sorry, not even a little bit.
Look at that, man. Twice he's been in CBD court, and both times walked out a loser. Careful what you wish for there, my mustache friend.
That's right.
All right,
2. The only thing he's won, so he after the first trial, though, the Niners smushed us on a Monday Night Football.
Yeah.
So, yeah, that one. Here, not as good.
The
he was
first
here to see
win,
the Warriors win
first
the NBA
win
title as
of
well.
the not Pedro was so decisive.
So decisive.
So overwhelming that it's
so complete.
It was so comprehensive in every way.
Alfred.
No. All right. The 2 seed is the Jets. Let's have a listen.
Miles is a freak player. Just his ability to get back to the quarterback and get double teams, triple teams out there is huge for us. He's a huge part of why we win our games and why we're able to play how we play out there. So just big shout out to Miles and what he's able to do.
Here's Simeon back to pass. Looking, he's going down. They smother him back inside the 20-yard line. Dalvin Tomlinson led the charge.
Dalvin was in there, and so was number 95, Myles Garrett, and he may have gotten there first. Let's see what the official score has to say on that one. They give it initially to Myles Garrett. That would be his 14th on the season.
Flacco to throw, lobs it over the middle, and Joku's got it. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, and out of bounds inside the 10 at the 7. The Chief is having a night as he's driven out by Jordan Whitehead. Good for 43.
I mean, hey, I love to see him, get that rack, man. Get the ball and get the running. I tell him to get his pads down sometimes, but he's a beast, man. I love the way he plays football, and he gives it his all each and every play, even blocking and stuff like that.
I think you guys know, just having watched Joe now, and we as coaches are getting to know Joe and that type of thing. But he battles like crazy. I think he's doing a nice job of playing within himself and playing within the scheme, and and all those type of things, but he's also making plays. And there were a bunch of plays that he made tonight that were key.
Joe Flacco got hit. He rolls out of a hit. He runs it. And then he throws it. And Ford caught it at the 30, at the 20, at the 15, at the 10, at the 5. He's still going. And he bolts it right in. Touchdown, Jerome Ford. A play you will not believe. First and 10, Breece Hall, the running back, and Simeon is underneath center. From his own 19-yard line, play action fake, throw over the middle. It's picked off. The Browns have it. 25, 20. It is Ronnie Hickman. He's to the 10. He's to the 5. He's to the pylon. He's in. Touchdown. A pick six for the rookie from Ohio State.
And listen to this place, the defense, it gives the energy to the crowd, and the crowd gives the energy to the defense. Ronnie Hickman's first career interception is a big one.
Takes the snap, pops it over the middle, caught by Yeboah. He's at the 15, JOK's got him. 3, 2, 1, that's it! The Browns are going to the playoffs! The postseason is back in Cleveland!
Fantastic. Go ahead. By the way,
it shouldn't even be close.
Huh?
This game, this one should not even be close.
No, no, it's that one. Yeah.
Uno just said
Uno's
that there's an
describing.
electrical phenomenon.
Or somebody turned the lights off. One of the two.
It was shocking.
It was
Everything
shocking
went black
to see
outside.
Everything went
and then dark and then light.
Well, our screen behind you also went off. We were concerned.
There is an electrical phenomenon then. Uh-oh. We've got a fuse that got pinched, boys.
Yeah, that was what I was wondering was what happened caused our TV to go down.
Well, you were able to see something we were unable to see.
Well, get in the shot. Let them see the Banana
Come
Grande
on, Banana, get in there.
shirt.
The Grande?
Yeah.
Give it a little, at least put an arm in there, Gibby.
Yeah, give him an arm. There it is.
All right, there you go. We're back.
Do you have